guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So for today's video, I'm sharing with you guys an updated what's on my iPhone video. I know I filmed one of these not that long ago. However, a few days ago, I posted on my Instagram story that I have completely recustomized and decked out my home screen of my iPhone to basically have the most helpful and productive layout I have ever had, and that I am absolutely totally obsessed with it. And literally within about like 20 minutes, I had a dozen different DMs asking for an updated what's on my iPhone. So I posted a poll on my Instagram story, asked you guys if you wanted to see a video of like the updated tour, what's on it, how I have it laid out, and the overwhelming majority of you guys definitely wanted to see it. Personally, I have never been somebody who really liked to have a whole bunch of like custom app icons and widgets all over my phone. I was forever that person who had everything in folders on one page until I had this layout and this specific customization on my phone, and now I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I'm definitely very excited to share this with you guys and show you how I have laid out and set up everything. And for those of you guys who were requesting it and wanting to see it, I hope it lives up to what you were expecting. So I guess I don't really have anything else much to say, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get right on started. So first, beginning off with the wallpaper I have on my lock screen, I am so obsessed with this. I found this over on Canva, which I didn't even know that Canva had their own like wallpaper section, but they have the cutest, most aesthetic lock screen wallpapers. So this is where I got that. I just think it is super calming and really pretty and aesthetic. Definitely fits my whole vibe and aesthetic. So that is the lock screen that I have there. So then once you get inside of my iPhone, this is the first page that you see. So first I have a really big Widgetsmith widget with a really pretty picture of some like ceramics and vases, kind of like a really cute apartment layout, I guess. Again, just thought it was super like calming, relaxing, aesthetic, and really pretty to look at. Then underneath that, I have a little weather widget. Usually I'd be kind of nervous about having my exact city and location. However, I'm moving at the beginning of next month, so good luck finding me. But this is just really great to have on my phone because right away once I open my phone, I can see what the weather is, what the general forecast is for the day, and all of that. Then at the bottom, I have Safari, Messages, WhatsApp, and Spotify, 4 apps I use on the daily very often throughout the day. If you want an idea of what is in my Spotify, I listen to a very eclectic mix of music. To give you an idea, this is my on repeat playlist. These are the songs I listen to the most often, sometimes on repeat, sometimes way too often. So that is pretty much an idea of the types of music I like to listen to. Then over on the sidebar, I know a lot of people love to have these like decked out in widgets and all that kind of stuff. Not really my vibe, not something I go for. I like to keep this super like blank and clean, just kind of looks more clean and organized in my opinion, so I don't keep anything in there. Then swiping over into the second page, this is the page I'm the most obsessed with in this entire layout. This is very much where my phone becomes my personal assistant and does absolutely everything I need it to. So at the very top, I have a little Gmail widget. For the longest time, I did not know this existed, this was a thing, but oh my god, it is the most useful thing. So at the very top, you have a search in mail bar. So if you're looking for a specific email or a specific contact, you can just go ahead and search in that. Then underneath of that, there is a little compose button if you want to compose and write an email directly from your phone. And then the most useful part of this entire widget, I personally don't like looking at my inbox. I don't like seeing all of my emails, even though I'm pretty good at like keeping it clean and organized. So basically what this does is it will tell you if you have 0 unread emails or if you have multiple unread emails waiting for you, which is literally the most helpful thing because I don't have to go into my inbox, don't have to look at all the emails in my inbox. This takes you directly to every one of your unread emails. So definitely productivity wise, as far as using and organizing your email is concerned, this is so helpful to have. So that is the widget at the very top of my screen. Then underneath of that, I have a little Widgetsmith widget with the day of the week and the date. I know that you have the date and day of the week on the lock screen of your phone. However, I can't even tell you guys how many times I've been in my phone and some other type of app app, and for whatever reason I need to know what the exact date is, now I can just go straight over onto my home screen and have it right there in a widget. So again, that is using the app Widgetsmith, and I believe this is the font called New York or something like that. Then over beside that, I have 4 of my absolute most used apps on the entirety of my phone. So we have Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube Studio. These I use most often for both work purposes and personal purposes. So first off, my Instagram, I have been so inactive as far as feed and posting and all of that is concerned. However, I've been very active on my Instagram stories pretty much every single day. Definitely once I'm in my new apartment at the beginning of next month, I plan to be super active on Instagram. I have so much like inspiration and ideas saved in different folders and boards on my Pinterest. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram, this is my Instagram. Getting pretty close to 1,000 followers. If you guys want to follow me and help me get there, it would be much appreciated. Then we have my Pinterest, literally the love of my life. This is where I spend very many hours of the day, but considering a lot of people spend like 6 to 10 hours on TikTok, I think Pinterest is a much better, much healthier use of my time. Basically come on here to get inspiration for my new apartment, where I find all kinds of motivational quotes, where I find inspiration for different like trips and vacations I want to take, different outfits, stuff like that. Then we have my Twitter, which is personal, and then YouTube Studio. I'm sure you guys know what YouTube Studio is. It's where you can read all of your analytics. It's where you can reply to comments, see how your videos are performing. As we can see at the top here, my analytics on my channel are pretty much all down because for the last couple of months, I've not been very active on YouTube. I've gone from posting about 15 videos a month to posting about 4 videos a month. But again, once I'm in my new apartment, I have so much content planned. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna get sick of me posting because I'm literally gonna be uploading like every other day, sometimes every single day. So definitely watch out. There is a lot of new content coming on my channel in the month of July. Then underneath of that on the same page, I have a little widget from the Reminders app. This is what I use to always have my to-do list on my phone. Basically, every single morning when I write my to-do list for the day, I also go into this little widget and I put the exact same to-do list on my phone so that all day long, whenever I'm looking at my phone, I have a pretty good idea of what I've already done, what's left to do, all of that. So for example, for today, going into here, I can check off film iPhone vid because I'm currently doing that. We have already finished doing the groceries. I've already received my first paycheck for the month of June. So all that's left to do today is a meeting at 4 o'clock and buy some more moving boxes. But definitely that is one widget I cannot live without because it keeps me on track. It gives me a really good idea of how I'm going to be laying out my day and all of that stuff. Then moving over into the third and final page on my phone, this I also absolutely adore this layout. So first at the very top we have the activity widget, which is linked to my Apple Watch. However, I'm not currently wearing my Apple Watch, so absolutely nothing is being recorded. But most typically that is where you would see how many calories I burned, how many minutes I've been active, and how many hours I've spent standing up. But again, because I'm not currently wearing my Apple Watch, you cannot see any of that. Then in the middle of all of that, I have all of my other folders, all of my other apps, which I'll get back to in just a minute. And then underneath of that, I have a little widget tied to the app called Transit, which if you live in Canada is the most helpful thing. Basically, every single bus in the city of Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver is tracked by some kind of a radar system, where essentially instead of having to rely on super unpredictable bus schedules where like it says the bus will be there at 12:30 but it doesn't come until like 12:45, basically every single bus throughout the city is tracked by a radar system so that if it says like the 206 bus is going to be there in 2 minutes and 55 seconds, that is exactly when it's going to be at the stop. Which I just can't even tell you guys how helpful that is in the dead of winter, or if it's a super rainy day and you don't really want to be waiting outside, that is going to tell you exactly when it's coming. So definitely living on the island of Montreal, that is a very useful app to have. So now as for all of the other apps on my phone, I'm going to try to be really quick about this because there are a lot of apps on my phone. In my socials folder, I have Gmail, YouTube, Messenger, Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok. Not even gonna lie to you guys, I am on the verge of deleting TikTok. I tried it, I tried to love it, I just can't love it. I don't love TikToks, I don't like Instagram Reels, I don't like YouTube Shorts. It's just not my type of content, it's not my vibe. So I am very much thinking about about deleting it, but we'll see. Then in my next folder, these are all of my photo and video editing apps. So first we have Photos, Camera, Camera Connect. Camera Connect is a wonderful app where you can basically turn your phone into a remote for your camera, which is really helpful for Instagram photo shoots, taking thumbnails. Then we have Unfold, which is really great for different templates of like Instagram stories and Instagram posts. If ever you want to get a little funky with your Instagram stories, they have really great templates. Then we have Facetune 2, which I really only use to blur the background of pictures and whiten backgrounds. Then we have Feed Preview, which I use to plan my Instagram feed and see how different pictures are going to look side by side or around each other. Then we have Lightroom, which I use for literally all of my photo editing, whether it is Instagram pictures, photo shoot pictures, thumbnail pictures. I have a bunch of different presets from different influencers and creators that I use to edit my Instagram pictures. Then we have PicStart, which I use all the time to make different like collages and stuff for my Instagram stories, for thumbnails and that kind of stuff. Then we have Fonto, which I use to put text over top of my thumbnails. Then sliding over, we have Canva, which I use for literally all things graphic design, whether it is thumbnails or like all that kind of stuff. And like I said, Canva also has really great lock screens and wallpapers, which is where I got the one that I currently have on my lock screen. So Canva is great for all things graphic design and that kind of thing. Then the last app in here is Tezza, which is Tezza's app for editing pictures like presets and stuff. Honestly, haven't used it in the longest time, but it's just there. Then we have my entertainment folder. So first we have DAZN, which is what I use to stream like football games and baseball games. A lot of the channels in our region don't carry all the really big games, so I pay a 1-year fee membership to have basically every single sporting event at my fingertips. Then we have Tumblr. Then Cameo is this really great app that one of my friends used to get me a personalized video from one of my favorite actors for my birthday. So in there is where the video is saved. We then have this wonderful app called Game Time, where you can basically get all kinds of really crazily discounted tickets for sporting events, concerts, that kind of thing. For example, Panic at the Disco is coming to the Bell Center for $83 a ticket. Why Don't We is coming for $41 a ticket, just that kind of stuff. I have gotten so many tickets for so many different concerts at incredible prices, so this is one app I can't live without. Then Helix TV I use to watch TV on my phone connected to our service provider. Then we have Tabs. If you're any kind of a guitarist or play piano or any instrument that has chords to it, you can basically look up the chords to any song you choose and follow along with the chords. We then have TV Time, which I don't really use that much anymore, but I use it to track whenever episodes of my favorite TV shows are on. Then I have IMDb, which I definitely use more than you would think. I use this to watch different movie trailers. A lot of the time it happens where I'm watching either a movie or TV show and I see an actor and want to know where I've seen them before, then you can search up any actor or movie and see other things that they've been in, which is really helpful. Then we have MLB, which I use to track the Toronto Blue Jays, my favorite baseball team. Currently didn't do so hot last night, but we're coming off of a 6-game winning streak, so that's okay. Sliding over, we then have NFL. This is how I track my favorite football team, the Kansas City Chiefs, keeping on top of all that kind of stuff. Then we have Amazon Alexa, which is how you control my Alexa speaker. And then beside that, we have Shazam, which I use literally all the time to identify different songs and stuff like that. Next folder is all things health and wellness. I use my MyFitnessPal to see kind of like the nutritional breakdown of literally anything that I'm eating. Then I have Renpho, which is my body makeup scale connected by Bluetooth. So I've been working a lot recently on like muscle building and strength training. So I use my body makeup scale to see how much like muscle I'm putting on. Copilot is the app I use to work one-on-one with my personal trainer. Then we have the health app, which is just the health app that comes with your phone. Then we have Flow, which is my period tracker, the fitness app that comes with your phone, VaxiCode, which is basically your vaccine passport for our city, and then Pedometer, which is what counts how many steps you take on a daily basis. Then in my shopping folder, we have TD Canada, which is my bank. We have Uber Eats, which I should really delete because I spend way too much money every month on my favorite restaurants. Shop is the love of my life. Literally just put in your email address and it keeps track of every single package you have coming from any and all companies. So instead of having to track everything coming from Amazon, everything coming from IKEA, everything coming from my favorite clothing stores, basically has every single package from every single company in one single place. PayPal is how I get paid for all of my affiliates and that kind of stuff. Gas Buddy is the love of my life. Again, usually wouldn't show my location, but I am in fact moving. So basically it shows you all of the gas stations in your area so you can see which one of the local gas stations is the cheapest. And because gas is incredibly expensive right now, this is really helpful because as you can see, there's currently a 29-cent difference between the cheapest and most expensive gas. And why would I pay $2.41 a liter when I could pay $2.12? Then obviously I'm sure everybody watching this knows what Amazon is. Then we have this wonderful app called Flip, which is possibly the most adult app I have on my phone. Basically it has every single flyer for every single store imaginable in your area, which basically helps you to compare prices on different groceries. So let's say for example I have eggs on my grocery list, it'll tell me like it's $4.29 at this store versus it's $3 at this store. So basically every weekend I go in here, I make my grocery list and it tells me for every single thing on my list which store has it for the cheapest price. Then we have Quest Mobile because your girl has gotten into investing. I've been investing in some stocks since the beginning of the new year, basically building up my financial future, my eventual retirement fund. So Quest Trade is what I use for all of my trading and investments and all of that. Then finally for the last app in my shopping folder, definitely playing with a little bit of fire here, but I have the IKEA app so that I can go ahead and do some online shopping at IKEA. Once I moved into my new place, I can have things delivered to my new place. Then in my utilities folder, I have the 23andMe app. My family got this for Christmas, so that is how I track all the new things being updated in the app. I have Hydro-Quebec, again, very adult-esque. That is how I'm going to be paying for my electricity in my new apartment. Docs is Google Docs, which I use for a bunch of different things. I have MyBell and MyBell Wi-Fi, which is going to be my new provider once I'm in my new place for cable, internet, Wi-Fi, that stuff. Have water reminder to track how much water I'm drinking day to day. Next we have Fire TV. As I said in my apartment haul, I just bought a gigantic 65-inch Amazon Fire TV. So this app is how I'm going to be able to turn my phone into a remote. We then have Speed Test, which is really helpful to test basically how fast your internet speed, download and upload is working. On a day that my internet is super slow, this is very good to know. And finally, Transit is the app I showed you guys down here, which is how I track all the buses in my city. Then we have my games folder. This week, I definitely downsized my games folder. In here, I kid you not, I had about 30 games I literally haven't touched in months and months. So I've now narrowed it down to the 6 games I use most on a daily basis. Which then brings us to the final folder on my phone, which is all of the Apple apps I use on a regular or daily basis. And that, you guys, is literally every single thing that is on my iPhone and the current productivity and helpful layout I am absolutely obsessed with. So for those of you guys who have been wanting to see this, who asked for an updated version, hopefully that gave you what it was you were looking for, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!